Kicks to George. It's back to Hill. He dishes it to West. West draws the double. Shot clock at 6. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
That's a shot that he sometimes struggles with, but you can't fault him for taking it when the defense backs off like that.
Here's Wilson. The three-pointer, no good. Indiana's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Outside Hill. Kicks to George. Picked by West. And George.
Ridiculous. Tore it down that time.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
I'm with you, Kevin. You can't fault him for that. I mean, just let him go. Who cares? You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
And the Wizards making a change here. Porter's checked in, and a change for the Pacers. Miles is checked in. Second quarter ends in a tight one. Indiana out in front, up by 2. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. Here with Frank Vogel. And, Coach, you've got to be pleased with that first half. The ball was moving. Your guys were sharing. Things were going well for you. What about it pleased you?
Yeah, the game is simple when you make the extra pass, when you play the right way. We start out playing this way. We got to continue it for 4 quarters.
Thank you, Frank. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. The amount of scoring we got from close range was great. Keep looking to make those quick fire entry passes. It's hard to argue with a bunch of layups and 6-footers. Now I'll give credit what credit is due. We've taken very good care of the basketball. Turnovers were scarce, and we need to keep...
By jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. It's been one outstanding game from Jay.
Well, when he gets to the rim, I mean, you know he's going to score. That's just the way it is, and he's been getting there a lot so far today.
And, Steve, he's been operating at extremely close range. The D has to do a much better job of protecting the basket the rest of the way.
Wilson in at the 3. Wall and Webster teaming up in the backcourt. Chris Humphries is out there with Gortat. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. For the tie. Wilson against Stuckey. Second chance shot, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Rodney Stuckey. The Wizards have shot 75% of the stripe, 6 of 8.
Well, impressive free throw shooting as a team this season, right around that 78% mark.
The Pacers shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Here's Hill. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
George Hill, an efficient combo guard. He was acquired by the Pacers in a draft day deal back in 2011. That was the Kawhi Leonard trade, with Leonard, of course, going to the Spurs. It's a trade that benefited both sides.
And I know, Clark, that you know Hill well. George, an Indianapolis native, played collegiately at nearby IUPUI.
And Kevin, going now in this 4th season with the Pacers, exactly the kind of support starter you want as a contending team. He's rock solid, really defends his position well. He's steady. I'd like to see him be more aggressive in looking for his own offense.
Well, Steve, George Hill starting at point guard, maybe more of a combo guard than a true point. What do you think?
Well, yeah, no question he's a combo. Career average of only about 3 assists, so he's not a classic point guard. And a lot of people have argued that the Pacers need more of a playmaker, but I like what Hill brings to the table. Defensive-minded, smart, team guy, good shooter. So he's an important player for this club.
Hill against Wall. It's Gortat with the drive. The shot will not go. Great D that time from Hibbert.
4 straight misses. They've got to find a way to get back on track.
Wall with the steal. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Wilson the pass to Wall. Back to Wilson. 6 to shoot.
Boy, you talk about Hill defensively now. 6'3", athletic, long arms, extremely smart, knows how to avoid being screened, never gives up on plays. You know, from his time with the Spurs and now Coach Vogel in Indy, he has the outstanding technique to complement those physical tools, and that makes him one of the best defenders at his position.
West outside. Hill a screen on Humphries. George against Wilson. Hill dishes to George. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. That's on Marcin Gortat.
And you know the other thing I like about George Hill, an excellent caretaker of the ball. He may not create a ton of assists, but he gets them into their offense and really values the possession.
The first one falls.
Roy Hibbert really an all-around contributor at the center position, an elite rim protector. He can pass, post up, and even knock a shot down from the high post. He really does a lot of things to help you win.
And Hibbert with the nice soft touch on that hook shot. With his height, you're not going to block that one.
You're exactly right, Kevin. He's got a really nice touch. One of the better free throw shooters among big men in the league as well.
Why don't we take this chance now to show you the most active wing defenders in the league? These are this season's steals leaders. At small forward, Paul George on top.
He is a pest out there on the wing. One slip of concentration, one careless pass, and he'll be...
Defender, I mean, as his ranking indicates, he possibly is the best defensive small forward in the league.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, guys, David West is one of the most consistent guys in the entire NBA. Not only with his production, but with his demeanor on a team. As Coach Frank Vogel said, West has poise and composure. He's our rock. There's no other way to put it. He's a leader for them, Kevin, on and off the court.
A steady vet. Thank you, Doris.
Yeah, one of the savviest players you'll see, no doubt.
Hibbert with a screen for George. Shot off the pick. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, they need a shot or two to fall here soon. They're only 1 of 4 since the break.
Gortat with the screen for Wall. Off the screen. He goes big with the dunk right over David West.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, I mean, startling that he'd even try that right now.
Hibbert with a screen on Wall. And George kicks it to West. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
David West is a tough man's man at power forward, who also possesses a lot of guard skills. I mean, for a player his size, he's one of the best passers in the game. He can put it on the floor, and that jump shot of his from out to about 17, 18 feet is money. He's a laser from that distance, and can occasionally splash that three-pointer on you, too.
For Washington, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Wilson up top, defended by George. No good from Wilson.
Great close out there, forcing the errant shot.
Well, he made it a tough shot again. He didn't give up on it, and he got a hand up.
Here's Stuckey.
And the offense continues to struggle. Just 1 make in their 5 attempts.
Ball passes to Humphries. Now here's Wilson. Plays it up and banks it in. Wilson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
The Pacers have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. A very slow start offensively. Hibbert with it. Now guarded by Gortat. Hibbert against Gortat. Hibbert dishes to George. Shot clock at 6. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, for Paul George, his leap last season, not just about accentuating his strengths, but also cutting back on the negative plays, in particular, lowering his fouls and turnovers while he was on the floor.
And he makes the first. And for Paul George, looking to cut down on his turnovers, some of that was not forcing the pass when it wasn't there.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that he really has to tighten up on. He had this terrible habit of throwing this one-handed bowling bounce pass that never found its target. So, PG, if you're listening, get rid of that bounce pass for me, Clark.
He's not only listening, he's playing. He's playing the game right now.
He's the real deal, though. He's one of the more enjoyable guys to watch and to hang out with.
Let's see the stat sheet here on John Wall. He's had a great second half of this season. He's putting up about 12 points per game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, you have to game plan for him defensively.
And if you don't, Steve, he can put up you in a short amount of time.
Wizards have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Passes it to Wilson. Webster with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. It's Wall with the drive. The baseline jumper goes down. Wall's got the lead up to 2 now for Washington.
Well, after all those struggles in the first half, he has really picked it up here in the second.
Hill with it. He's picked up by Wall. And he gets the bucket.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to fight over the top of that.
Pass to Wilson. It's rebounded by Indiana. Allen's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
Here's the floater. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got 4 assists now tonight. The Wizards have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. Here's Humphries, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for him. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
Yeah, that's keeping them close. It's going to take a full effort here in the second half, but they've got to continue to knock down these free throws.
He misses the free throw, and a new group getting ready for the Wizards.
Good job at the line.
And Andre Miller has subbed in.
Get up. You're going in.
Here we go.
And so it's Washington with it. 3-point lead. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That'll be the second of 5 straight played at home. Miller kicks to Butler. It's Pierce on the wing. Left side, Pierce. The shot, no good. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This was an exceptional pass, guys, and we see the result. Hits him in stride, and bam, the slam dunk.
And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the 4th quarter. Paul George is the 3 with David West at the 4. George Hill out there with Watson. And it's Allen in at the center position. Wilson. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
And the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Martell Webster, he's checked in for Washington.